Invincible Season 4 came out a few days ago, and I'm gonna review it. I'm gonna review episode 1 and 3 together since they're less eventful. I'm just gonna review them quick. I really liked Dinosaurus' introduction. His speech was cool, though his design is kind of mid. Universal was interesting. I'm interested to see where they go there. I've heard a few spoilers about him, but I don't really care about her that much. Yo, E's dad, he really pissed me off though. He's much worse in the comics. I didn't see that dialogue. Mark killing Russ. I've ever hold the hot take. This is unnecessary. People say, well, it was 2 seconds away from the barrier falling. They forget that there were no more civilians. They already cleared them out. The guards were wearing armor. So in that 1 second, the Sequels wouldn't have been able to pierce those guards' armor. So actually the wood wouldn't have been cooked. But that's just my personal hot take. Anyway, E's dad is a weirdo. Dinosaurus is cool. I like the opening montage. And that's it for episode 1. We're going to get a quick review. For episode 3, another quick review. Titan and Machine Head was cool. The fact Mark getting his ass whooped was also pretty funny. I like this little conflict. Like the fact that Oliver was really running scared for Mr. Liu, but then he wanted to join the Viltrumite war. He ran scared for Mr. Liu, but then he challenged Conquest and Drag without any issues. Like, I don't really understand, bro. Robot, you got robots. Robot and Monster Girl, they're trapped in the Flaxen dimension. They're now trapped. I've seen a few spoilers on that. This dude's about to go crazy. I really like that sequence though. Except, my favorite part of that sequence was this part right here, about getting his ass whooped again. A lot of people dislike it, but I actually like it when people come back and they have, they adapt to the old situations. Like Omni-Man came in, they destroyed them, so they came up with technology to fight Viltrumites. Something I said briefly before, but like Machine Head, like retaking over the order, like really positioning himself so that Mr. Liu and Titan are now back under his control. It's really interesting. Again, I looked up a few things about the Guardians of the Globe comic, and some guy named Set was the main villain of the order there. So I don't know if they're gonna like incorporate that stuff in season 4, but maybe, I don't know. That's just me. On to episode 2. Yeah, the Viltrumites, they had to go, bro. They was really killing their own slaves. They threatened to murder children just for like getting the answers wrong. They killed the slaves when they were sick. They killed them when they was working hard, but they was like too tired. Like they even Nolan's parents, they even like beat his ass and stuff. So that was pretty sad. The Scourge virus though, like you did briefly feel like them because it's like vicious, bro. You just see all the bodies, the grayness in the sky, the bodies on the ground. Like even so, like Nolan's dad there. I was like, oh, it was a little tragic. It was a little bit tragic. I can't even lie. It was a little bit tragic, but you know, the Viltrumites had to go. Still had to go. I still stand by this. So yeah, while it was a bit like it was vicious, it was brutal. Like they just did what he had to do for the safety of the universe. I can't blame him. This like Star Trek parody guys, they're cool if you like Star Trek, but I don't know Star Trek, so I guess like if you know that, I guess these references are cool. But otherwise, they kind of Space Racer really is so cool in the scene. Space Racer really is so cool in the scene. Like he really put in the work on both Nolan and Alan. But like in general, I think it was like underused. Like he's physically strong too, but that gun really got everything. He can throw hands. He got the skills. Honestly, like Space Racer's introduction was cool. The character's cool. It was a bit underutilized, but we'll see. We'll get more into that when we get to episode 11. Yeah, the Ragnar's really were vicious. Like they was looking clean, pristine, and because of that dumbass from the Coalition, they ended up getting their ass whooped. Like the Ragnar's was really putting the paws on them. So I think the Ragnar's are like a cool concept. That's something I liked about the season. They were a bit underutilized in the final episode. Like I thought it'd be like more useful considering like them how strong they really were. But you know, like how like these cold ones were really strong, but the other ones they were like getting pieced up by regular Viltrumites. They were still whooping those regular Viltrumites, but like you know, they were getting a little bit pieced up. But yeah, this was a crazy contrast. And the ending of this episode, like I really like this like cute little scene between Alan and like Nolan where they're like, oh yeah, we're friends. And then like you get the contrast between like when Datus tells and how Nolan's like, no, you can't use this, we're gonna fight this normally. I was like, really good to see that dilemma between him. Like that's what gets him to agree. The Scourge aspect. Like I said earlier, it was vicious, man. So that like he's like, okay, I really have to fight like with my hands, but you can't use the Scourge. He doesn't even know about the human thing yet. So he just off the fear alone won't use it, even though he wants to kill the Viltrumites. So that's an issue, like a little wrinkle, little exploration of his character. But yeah, this episode was great, and this episode was great, and I just gotta say one more. I never really understood the hate for Thrag. Like, bro always had aura. Like, they got Conquest kneeling on his knees like an animal. Like, Creed would not be able to do this if Big Thrag wasn't behind him. So I never got the like, I think his design is fine. I'm not switching up like those other people. This has always been my opinion. I always said Thrag got aura. I made most of the slideshow as the episodes were coming out, so this is like my genuine opinion. And now we're on episode 4, the black sheep of the season. Lots of people don't like this one, but I do. Like this opening chat was pretty pretty great. Like Art giving him that like little fatherly advice that Nolan never could, because Nolan beat his ass. So yeah, like I think this episode ain't too bad, but we'll get into that later. Like the aesthetics of Under Armour, like really underrated. Like Volcanicus design is immaculate. The clan Dogblood, they got the cool armor, but it's like still fantasy, like still sci-fi, but still fantasy as well. And they're fighting, and there's like a really nice sequence, like silhouette portion. Also we got a Kahor cameo. Woo! What's he gonna do? I can't wait. I'm actually hyped for this hotline. I don't know. Well, he's gonna do something, or is she now? They're gonna do something. Woo! Yeah. Oh, this is actually a pet peeve of mine, though. I don't like it when, like, otherworldly entities are made to be so weak. Like, they went out of the way to get the crown, and then it gets immediately mollywopped. That'd be fine if Volcanica was just that strong, but then she gets, like, low diff, and I really don't like that. I think, like higher tier entities should be able to stand on their own, right? Like, he sealed away the Val the first time, and now he's running away, even though the Val are, like, sort of, like, they seem to, they're able to draw blood, but like he can't even do anything against her, who gets no diffed by him. I don't like that. I prefer when like these otherworldly entities actually otherworldly. I don't like it when they're just like weak ass humans. The rapper was nice. Like this chat between William and Eve was like super like empathetic. I like that. Like although his voice actor change is sad, but it was super empathetic. The suit up sequence, well, a little bit unearned, was pretty nice to see him back in the yellow and blue. It was nice to see that. And then like here with the unfortunate flaw of the Eve, and with another even Mark chat, although it did end up leading into the teasers. Woo! Nolan and Alan came back. We'll see that the rest of the season. But also, Damien Dogblood is looking for something. Yeah, I can't wait. Honestly, I think this episode is way too overhated. I liked it. I liked it a bit. It was a bit too. It was a bit slow, but other than that, I'm more hyped for this than I am for this, to be honest. Nah, I'm lying. I'm lying so much. But still, I don't think this episode is that bad. People are just exaggerating. I think this episode is pretty good. On episode 5, like first thing I want to compliment is in the writing of episode 5 is like the build up to this thing. Like first of all, we got the build up for like the Viltrumite War itself, the emphasis on the challenge, the like how it's gonna be really needed, how the galaxy's on the line. That, but more importantly, the build up to the confrontation between Devi and Nolan. Oh my goodness, this had me so like this was impeccable. Aside from the animation, yeah, but the voice acting, the fact that Nolan tries to genuinely apologize, right? Like he does. It is a bit rehearsed, but he does like not rehearsed. That's not what I'm saying. You can like practice your apologies. I'm not saying you can't do that. It was like Benjamin just dove on anything, but then right, he clearly wants her back, because if he was really just apology, he would have left immediately after saying that. And then like I like Debbie's reaction. Like Sandra really killed at this scene. Top 5 both voice actors on the whole cast. Like the fact that she hurt herself on him just to show him that's what's up. And yeah, Nolan was really a dummy for coming here. But like I get it. It was really good. Like especially like I've seen a lot of panels of comic Debbie, and she's not this like kind of cool character. Like every time you see her, and like I don't even think I'm exaggerating from what the spoilers I've seen is not even like her full character. Like people who read the comics can correspond with what I'm saying. So the fact that they made her a full character is great. The fact that they're not just relegating her to Nolan's love interest is great. The fact that they're making a separation, making a clear divide, not just having her forgive him, it's a good thing, and they should keep it that way. A T-Jacket's intro is cool. They gotta show off the fit, the power, the arrogance. It worked all well enough. I do dislike how like uncreative the storyboarding is with the powers. She should be really hitting those. I remember Iron Man on Titan when he fought Thanos in Infinity War. Like that sort of like variety in terms of moveset. I think that should really be brought in. Well, that's more on a storyboarding thing than on a character thing. So I really liked Chick Jacket's intro. I liked Zoe. Yeah, it's a cool character. Oliver's anger at Nolan not coming to visit him is really cool, because Oliver is the biggest Nolan glazer. At least last season he was. The whole time he was even on the wave of maybe Dad was right, maybe we should enslave humans, which is crazy. That's the juxtaposition now. And like Oliver's like angry. He's like, oh, how can you not do this? How can you leave me? How could you not do this? Like he thinking Mark, he thinking Mom, but he even thinking the next guy, but he doesn't know about that. But yeah, and the fact that he offers to go to war is maybe not the most noble thing, bro. It's like first he was like, I get the vibe that he just want to have fun. He didn't really care about the mission like that, but he does care a decent amount about heroics. So yeah, I think Oliver's angle was really interesting as a plot point. Art is a trooper, bro. He really held it down the whole time. Like kept the composure, kept the focus, composure. He had it appear like that low quarters on me, but then he was like really stressed. Even while he was stressed, he still told him how he is. I only make clothes for heroes, and he is not a hero no more. Yeah, Art really is a trooper. I just wanted to say this for him cracks me up. Like I didn't want to mention anything else. I mean, I guess I included some images to talk about the greatest greater relationship between Noble and Oliver, but I already mentioned that in the previous slide. But yeah, this frame right here cracks me up. It makes me laugh. Look, I even did it twice. Look at that, bro. Such a child. It seems like they're setting up for Oliver's hit jacket romance. I do not want that. I am not on this wave. I do not like that. I do not co-sign that. I do not approve of it in any way, shape, or form. You will never hear him just say an Oliver chick jacket romance is a good thing. No, that is a bad thing. That should not happen. That should not be in any kind of conversation around Invincible. No. Let's leave Oliver to Halumo, bro. Honestly, let's keep their own characters in their own spheres, please. Like, let's not. We don't need to do this. I do not like it. I do not co-sign such behavior. Yeah, Monkey's full curl of doom right here, bro. He's like, finally. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh man. Monkey's full curl of doom. So now we're back in space, and you're thinking, wow, what are we gonna see? Oliver, and the first thing we see is Oliver stay challenging people out of his league. He got conquered the nice jabs, and then he immediately started getting copped like Red Rush, and then he had to cop the plea down to the other planet. Like, that's crazy on Oliver's part. Yes, it's finally time. These are the slides, the most detail. So I mentioned it earlier, storyboarding on Ted Jacket's powers, and so now I'm going to talk about Ted Jacket's nerfs that she beat of Ultraman. But that's not the issue here. That's not the biggest issue with Ted Jacket. Oh, for anyone saying but these variants are weaker, is a bad excuse, because like clearly he's wearing Viltrumite garb. He's clearly like implied to be trained on Viltrumite, just like that. Just that aesthetic choice alone, so he's probably on the stronger end, probably close to Almark's level. So that's like a bad excuse. But that's not really the main but that's not really the main crux of this issue right here. So like the storyboarding, like I said earlier, like her power, she should be moving like Iron Man on Titan, very creative with the switching. Even if she can't do like heavy damage, even if it's just bugs that are mosquitoes, she should be like really tripping them up, blinding them, flashbanging them, so they're there type, like Dragon Ball with like the big ass like eyeball thing on her head. It's like she should be able to pure like raw attrition, like hammers, destruction. Like a good example is Eve with Conquest, right? She's not nearly as strong as Conquest, but she was able to hold them off, even if only briefly, for a short time. Like that's another thing that makes the power scaling in this show somewhat unbelievable, right? Is sometimes things get damaged but they shouldn't get damaged. But that's because like it's actually those scenes are fine on their own. It's the fight choreography that's the problem, right? Like instead of having him like this is fine to me because mosquitoes kill humans with malaria and this bugs clearly have poison on them. But when you should really show that, right? Instead of just having him slam into him and then slam back, make it look like a real power struggle, have Mark squash him like a bug and then have one get like a sneaky hit on him, like a mosquito would. You really gotta like showcase that sort of thing. Good. So Invincible seems to like hit a pattern between if cumulative damage is a thing or if it isn't. Like with the reanimate, a single punch doesn't do any permanent damage, sort of just staggers them. It's like being pushed by a child. But with many of them all at once attacking you while he's weakened, they're able to start drawing blood. But it's rapidly, it's over time, right? But then sometimes these guys be shooting, and because it does no damage on the first impact, that like cumulative damage doesn't exist. That's another thing with the fight choreography. If Ted Jacket showed it off with a bang, flashbang, like I don't even want her to be like doing these series, her or Eve. They actually have the same problem here. It's the choreography, the presentation, the storyboarding. That's the issue. They're not showing off these characters' abilities to their fullest when they should be. Like, think of King Orange or from Innovation vs. Minecraft. They should do something like that. Or actually, let's think of just not even King Orange, but regular Orange with the pencil. That sort of thing with these characters that can just create things. I haven't seen the Blue Beetle movie, so maybe they got some good examples too. I'll throw some clips in there if I have them. But yeah, I think especially with Eve and Cleve, the fight choreography does them no favors. Like they should really like vary up the fighting styles. What's with the Stormtrooper aim, bro? What's with this Stormtrooper aim, dude? Like let them hit them, let them like throw them off balance. Like throwing sand at someone doesn't do damage to them, but it like throws them off balance. Let them do that. Let them actually have an effect. Why are they missing in a straight line? You should show them actually evading purposefully. That's what I mean, like with the storyboarding. They just have him fly in a straight line and it makes everyone look incompetent. It's like when he gets beat like in this way, like getting straight overpowered, it looks incompetent. Like they didn't beat him up fully and then have the poison from the back hit him. And it's like, oh, so the whole mosquito malaria thing. Wait, this doesn't look incompetent. Looks like he got won over by a different ability type thing, you know? Like let him like beat like 10 of these before that starts happening. Let them even be durable, but like even with these soldiers, yeah, let them do damage, let them be strategic. Why do they only have guns? No flash grenades, no regular bomb grenades, no explosive, no other variation of weapons that they can use to sort of even the odds. Nah, it's just straight regular regular laser beams, but like, you know, they can't even land those, and when they do, it doesn't like you get affected by things, right? I have a marble in my hand. I threw it at myself actually in the book. Like, it didn't hurt, but I felt it. I affected it, right? If that got to go at me 100 times, it would thingy. It's like you get the point I'm trying to make. It's not really a lot of the power scaling problems come down to fight choreography and crew and uncreative storyboarding. This scene is the exception, and while these scenes make sense, if they were better presented and maybe even better explained, people wouldn't have a problem there. Regardless. And now back to the good parts of the episode. This frame, like, I actually jumped out. I wish I had the reaction. I actually got scared when I saw this frame. I was like, oh my goodness. I jumped out I can't even lie. I can't even be dishonest. I gotta show appreciation to Mark's final gambit here. Him putting it all on the line to choke him out. Actually, it even showcases something, a principle I was talking about earlier, how you don't have to be physically stronger. This accurately showcases how Conquest is physically stronger, but because of Mark's will, him choking him out is able to start giving him the win. And this is a masterful bit of writing. Mark committing to his words, him eating these hits, like him feeling the frustration of everything that's just coming on. Since the first fight, from before Sister War, he wanted to hit Conquest the first time, but he wasn't able to do it accurately without getting his ass whooped. Also, this animation is nice. Whoever they got to do this scene, I might have to check the records for personal knowledge. Whoever they got to do this scene was really good. Many people speculate it was a freelancer, not in-house. I don't know. Probably is that way. But yeah, look at this. They're not even throwing punches, and the choreography is better than what was in space. When they had lasers and objectively more options, but all he is literally holding on to him. And this is better storytelling, better choreography. Sorry, I'm not gonna complain about that one. Let me continue commenting this. His grit is really shown off well in this scene. Like, Conquest dragging him around. So Conquest is trying to have fun with it, bro. He's like, yeah, let me just drag him around. I could break his arm, but I gotta force him out just by punches, just by pushes. I gotta take a breather. Look at that determination. That was scary. Damn! You really bit that thing off. I don't think I'm allowed to show that. I might have to believe that. Anyway, yeah, Mark's final gambit was truly masterful. Something else that's well written, but on episode 6 now, if you couldn't tell by the bugs getting grabbed and plated and all these things. So yeah, Mark, Nolan and Oliver's growing relationship. Hearing that Oliver heard what Nolan said about Andressa, it must have really hurt, especially since he was the #1 Nolan glazer, right? And now his loyalty isn't even being rewarded like that, and it must feel really bad if you're in Oliver's position. But you understand why Nolan said that, because he wants to be bad, which makes sense, right? Because why is he kicked up in this scene? Anyway, so him making those excuses just makes sense, but he shouldn't have done it. He shouldn't have talked on, even Debbie called him out, and he shouldn't have talked on the mother of his son's name like that. Yeah, he should, in his quest, nice weave, in his quest to take accountability, it was cool. And anywho, another small detail that's really cool is Zoe and Alan's bond. I really like it. It's cute. Nothing too complex though. I know. Well, it's just talking about the power scaling. I shouldn't be doing. But Alan's nerf wasn't even necessary. Again, if we just showcase the power scale, but he can be shown as physically stronger, but their coordinated efforts make it show. But no, they just have him getting beat up without even showing his physical strength. He should be physically stronger at this, right? Because that's what was portrayed here. Look, they drew blood, they did it easily, but now he's just getting dogged on so ruthlessly. This doesn't make sense. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. I don't mess with that as a message. I don't mess with that at all in any way, shape, or form. That they could have really just made the fight. They just choreographed it better. They could have really done away with a lot of the problems. Although Space Station's high entrance was hyper, I can't even lie. Him blasting through John Viltrumite, insane work. And then forcing Steve Harvey to run away, insane. The attack on Celestia after Mark woke up, it was insane. He got the beard. I really like these designs. A lot of people don't. I actually refer this to his comic design. Regardless, the Battle of Celestia was good, but I keep popping on, could have been better, bro. I'm not even worried about the animation itself. Again, my favorite series is about stick figures. While smooth, right, it's very simple. I'm worried about the choreography. This should be way more apocalyptic. Think about the damage should have been greater. Think about Nolan going through the flaxen dimension. It should be that times 30. Think about Chicago. It should be that times 30. Instead of walking through the street, these are still fine. And they should be blocking it, but it should still be it's 10, 15 people came with frags. So it should be that. They're blasting through, and he's defending, and they're defending. They're protecting as many people as they can. The damage should be global as well. You should really see all around the planet all that's going on, while still the soldiers clearing house. Some soldiers holding them off. And yeah, the storyboarding was better, but it didn't accurately represent the characters' abilities. Some of the choreography was really nice in the streets, but could have been better. Again, flying through buildings, and dude, this scene pissed me off because Tit Jacket could have summoned a laser cannon right here blew her off, or even just gotten free, and she could have gotten free on her own, right? But instead, she was used as a hype tool, man. And that I didn't like. This final moment was great, and I know we've all made the jokes, like, what is Oliver doing? He's geeked as hell. He's happy. He's just happy to be here, and how can we blame him? And let me tell you, Thrag's slander was overblown. He still got aura. He still got cool. Ignore that for a second. Like, his voice was great. You heard the speech at the beginning of the episode, right? Like, he had gravitas to it. Like, yes, Thrag's slander was truly overblown, but this moment was embarrassing. We can't even lie. Come on, guys, we can't even lie. This was high-key embarrassing. Although it was immediately made up for in episode 7 by Thrag's backstory. You get to see him and Argyle's relationship, him like questioning himself, man, I snitched on Thetis, but maybe I should actually show some mercy to him. Maybe I'm just mistaken. Maybe I should calm down. And then he pays for it when Argyle dies. So he becomes even more ruthless, and he just slimes out that black brother. Well, not my brother. I don't co-sign no filter my behavior. And you just see him on the empty throne, waiting for the conquest to end. And here we are, the final battle of the season. It begins. The Viltrumites in hiding. That's great. You see the ambush, initial ambush is great, and like you see that, but like again, it's mid. This choreography is mid all over again. They're just ramming into each other. It should be more chaotic. They should be flying into each other. Like when characters start getting jumped, they should really rely on each other, like teamwork. Alan and Zoe should like not just with the dots. They should be jumping over. Oh, Alan, let me cover you with the flash so that you can jump 2 Viltrumites at once. So there should be like what, like 20 of them, and there's like roughly 8 on our side. I'm pretty sure she should like double basically. So it should really be like, okay, let me quarter off. Let's say battle these whole of 5 at once so that we can quarter off take 3. It should be like sort of dynamic on the fly planning. But no, this sequence was nice. Like with the whip, Oliver. He really never learns. He really never learns his lesson, dude. Why did he do this? He didn't have to do it, bro. Like no one told him to. They actually told him the opposite. They told him to stay back, and he still went in. And oh my goodness, dude, this man already pissed me off. I can't stand him, dude. Why are you like this? Thrag finally showed off what he can do, dude. He blocked with the impact frame with his hairline. He was straight up airbending. Oh, I have a theory about this, by the way. Small, quick theory intermission. Like, you know how they create friction when they fly? I have a theory that, like, since he's like so giga chat, he does it around his arm to build up energy. Right? That's my quick little mini theory. Regardless, he really no diffs the main character straight up. Can I just say the destruction of Planet Ultra was like beautiful to watch, beautiful to experience. Just watching it fly through, destroy it, boom, 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 and then just look at this image. This is really well drawn. Like I like that a lot. It might have been a tad too long, so didn't really like emphasize what like these guys were doing in the equation. Really made it look like they were just following behind the beam. I saw like someone say it was like a fulcrum, like the beam is the nail and they're the fulcrum extending it, and yeah, that makes sense. Very straight. That's the only critique I could have this scene, but otherwise, yeah, it was perfect. It was near perfect. I still call it like a 9 out of 10 scene. That was just me being slightly nitpicky, to be honest. All my other complaints for the season, valid, baby. This music is that the power was really beautiful. I really thought. Thrag really paid off all of his aura debts. He slimed Thetis. He had Mark running for his life. He impaled the main villain of season 1. He was done so dirty, bro. It's insane. He was the main villain, the main antagonist, and he was just done in like a balloon. Look at this. Look at this, like a balloon. By the way, this is cherry YouTube. This is all cherry glaze. By the way, this is all cherry. It's not what you think. It's the same as my cursor, all cherry. Yeah, so Thrag really hit off Laura Dance. And the final dynamic, the ending of that episode, it was great. Like, look at all this cherry mustard and milk. Anyway, the final dynamic was like, yeah, the Viltrumites lost, but they're still around, and the Heroes lost. It's kind of like they're still on like sort of even footing, but like they in some ways are stronger. The Viltrumites in some aspects are stronger. So yeah, I really like this final dynamic of the episode where it leads us off. Especially it leads us into episode 8, which I thought was good, but I did have my problems. I can't lie. And by my problems, I mean Nolan and Debbie. I really don't like. Remember how I said I liked how it was setting up Debbie's in. I liked how episode 4 really showed off Debbie's independence. In fact, this whole show has gone great lengths to show off how Debbie is her own character. How she is not tied to Nolan, but she is not tied to Nolan. How she is her own character. But now this scene is like it's just trying to undercut that. It's trying to make it like I'll go through that for. Let me just get through my process. First of all, Debbie and Nolan part 2 feature important. They do so much to set him up, like to make him feel like a good, to integrate him into the community, integrate him into the family. It seems like, right, because from what I see, Paul doesn't do anything in the comics. It seems like what's happening here is, right, since we're making Debbie more of a character and less of Nolan's reward, I guess, for becoming a better person, we should have it so that she can have her own personal emotions, even if she personally believes that Nolan can change. I don't think she can ever love him. Like that's the direction that she was moving in. That's the direction that episode 5 left us with, and so that's how they fleshed out Paul so that they could could like have something that she would like, so that she could pull as the prize for debut for her character growth. Because she raised two incredible people, she gets to be happy, and that's what Paul, and not with the person who beat up her son and ruined her life for like half a year, because she was basically depressed the year after Chicago. That was largely due to Nolan's fault. But no, let's just all see the relationship, because that's satisfying. That's nice. That's cool. Let's continue. In this scene, dude. So you believe in redemption? Well, yes, that's a principle I believe she has. It's never something she said. And this, I actually really don't like the scene a lot more than I was leading on. First of all, no, I don't like the like, oh, maybe I do want some eyes. No, dude, you should not be affirming him. I don't like the whole, yeah, you'll come back to me. Like, dude, that's just a lame dude line. Only lame guys to say that sort of thing. Like, yeah, I know you'll be back. Like, bro, only lames. Well, not lames. I actually know someone personally who said that. They were wrong, but maybe they're not. Maybe not all dudes who say that are lame, but it's like corny, bro. It's just like, yeah, it's corny and just makes you like a douchebag. But this is the interpretation the show she's the one to lead on. Like, yeah, Nolan's right. Maybe we'll go back to it. Even though we went through all these things to show, like, that's a bad idea. That's something that shouldn't happen. It's not Debbie's her own character now, and like, no one's gonna. It's like what happened with Eve, and we'll get to Eve. I think they want to just slide her back. It seems right. Like the whole like, tell me why all the comments were like, oh, she's such a Cinderella. Like, bro, that's so cringe, dude. It's like Debbie who was analyzed as like a complex, great character. Every analysis was like, yeah, Debbie's so great because of this. And now the comments is like, oh, she's a Cinderella. Like, bro, like, talk about like ways to like make a character like, yeah, I don't think I don't think them getting back together is a good idea at all. That's my third point. So like, no, that Debbie part 3 featured in the comments. Look at this. It's like, I just wish this is their first tour. Like I said earlier, they seem like they made a great attempt to improve her characterization. She's like, no, I hate you, and then she just like hugs him and embraces him. She's so submissive to Nolan, the person who beat up her son and ruined their life for like 3 years. It's fine, whatever. The show they rightfully rectified that, so she could have actual emotions about the situation. In this comic, she even blames Mark for fighting him. That's just not like something like that's cool, you know? Like, instead of like, yeah, this is why the show version of her is better, but now they just wanna slide it back to this. Oh no, I'm sorry, and then just have her embrace that. They went through such great efforts to show like her being a full character that, okay, we did that for one scene, and like, yeah. In conclusion, no, I don't think they should. I'm hoping next season, because it seems they did that with Oliver and Chick Jacket, when it's just a debate and they're not actually gonna fulfill that relationship fully. I hope they do that with Nolan and Debbie, where they hang out together but they don't actually get back together. I really hope they don't do this, because it actually make Debbie's character so much worse. It would make Nolan's character so much worse. It's like his redemption should not be contingent on the approval of someone else. I'm just saying, I don't think they should do that. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think it's bad writing. I'm the most fervent hater of Nolan x Debbie from this one on. That was a very passionate rant. I just want to say, intermission time. Go subscribe to the main channel, MK the DJ Productions. Yeah, we make cool things over there. We make edited comic videos. We make animation sometimes. We make animatics sometimes. I'm actually working on an Invincible animation right now. Ooh, when it will come out? It's probably like a month, 2 months, realistically. Like, it could come out tomorrow. It won't. But yeah, go check out the main channel, YouTube animation and gaming videos. Why did I say like that? Let's get on to a more enjoyable aspect of episode 7, the good parts. Yeah, Invincible's post-traumatic smoke disorder, as Zephyr would say. Oh, I heard one of those cool post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah, it was a bit like the first time it was kind of shocking that they kept doing it. I think they should have like cut out like 2 of these sequences, but they could have done it without this sequence or this sequence. But like, yeah, I think Invincible's post-traumatic smoke disorder was pretty well handled. It really showed the stress he has about Thrag, because Thrag really whooped his ass so bad. Like, it was insane. Side note, Cecil and Nolan's relationship. Listen, a lot of people aren't Cecil's for keeping Conquer shy. That was character assassination. Cecil will not do that in characters. I don't hold that against the character. So, sorry, I just had to get that out the way. Anyway, so Cecil and Nolan, I'm really liking this dynamic here where Cecil's like keeping his distance, but he's still telling Nolan, you gotta do your job. Like, he's still very practical on it. He's not telling Nolan to fully, he still wants him to be there to protect, but he's still not like being chummy with it. Because as much as he wants to put emotions out of it, he probably does feel emotional. Like, he really let Nolan stay on Earth for all those times. Side note, Eve. I told you I'd get back to this during the debut session. It seems like Eve, right, especially during season 2 and like the first half of season 3, they really went out of their way to flesh out this character. character. Make her feel as an individual, and then Mark her start dating. She still feels good on her own, but then she's just Mark's support, Mark's therapy, Mark's da-da-da. The fact she even stops being a superhero when Mark's gone, even after the abortion, which by the way gets very sad, very emotional. I get the point. I'm not gonna comment on it too much. Not really a part of the story that resonates with me. But I understand that it is sad, just on principle that someone has to go through that alone. Anyway, point is, yeah, she's just Mark's girlfriend. Literally, like I said, with the Debbie Sundere example. Literally, just see the reactions. Yeah, man, you really gotta feel for Mark. He couldn't be there for her when we should be like focusing on her. But she's less of a character as his gods. I can't even blame people for making that like sort of analysis when like that's what the show's been doing. It's like making her more flat. They go through the effort of making characters and then just make them more flat in favor of Mark and Nolan. So yeah, I think we should really keep like because she has her own motivation for being a hero, but that just starts because Mark's not around anymore. Like no, I really think we should like. Next season's gonna have a really big Earth focus, so we should really hone in on her character arc specifically before she gets pregnant again, because I know that happens. We should really hone in on her character arc. That's what we need for season 2. I really don't like that. I really don't want her to continue to fall off. We really need to build her back up on her own. They can be in a relationship. I'm not against relationships. It makes you like that from my Tit Jacket and Debbie and Evans. No, I like this relationship. I need them to really lock in on making it better. On making her as a character individually better so that the relationship can stand tall with two characters. Because yeah, even though the relationship itself was shy, the characters were so good in early season 3 that it made sense. But like now, Eve's barely a character, so she's like degrading. So yeah, I think we should just like next season's focus. We should really hone in on that aspect. Dinosaurs. I know Mark Brooks is dinosaurs, so her opinions should be strong on that one. She should have. Well, I don't like this Mark. She shouldn't just be the cheerleader the whole time. She should actually have votes of her own. The deal. Yeah, this episode. Oh man, the deal was so tense. Like watching Mark like struggle with himself. Why should I let him go? Should I not? Should I do this? Should I do that? Like just having them live amongst you, do things. We know about her. We all know about her, but let's not worry about that for her. I just had them live amongst the humans. It must be so scary for him. Like just knowing that he can't do anything about it. They're going to live amongst him. They're going to do whatever they want. They're going to have children. They're going to be so overwhelming. They're going to be people like him, hybrids, human hybrids, but they're not going to be like him, like mentally. They're going to be like against him. Opposition is going to be. I really like the deal. The dynamic thread really puts his full chest on the ball. And Mark can do nothing about it. He sees this happening. He can't do anything. He can't tell anybody. Yeah, same conclusion. So overall, what can I say about it? Invincible season 4. Why did I get slow resolution images? It's fine. I really like Invincible season 4. It's really good. I know I did a lot of complaining. The animation and story went probably more of like general series complaints. That's not really season 4 specific. But like as far as like the last episode, I know it seems like I didn't enjoy it, but I really did like it a lot. I was just like really mad about, but that's things that season 5 will have to deal with. So as long as season 5 handled that good, I won't be too. Man, why am I rambling? This whole video is rambling, but why am I not concluding? In conclusion, I really like this season. It was good. Season 3 is still better. I think you can't top the Invincible War Conquest combo. In fact, I'd say from that stretch of episodes from the first Angstrom Levy fights up until the end of the Conquest fight, it's just a perfect stretch of television. Like there's no duds there. A lot of people don't like the Order storyline. I'm hyped for the Order storyline. I really want that to come together. So yeah, I just want to say thanks. Yeah,